What a day it was for our truthless dictator, Donald Jasmine Trump, today. He is... You know those celebratory lunches the White House has for teams that win the Super Bowl or Stanley Cup or whatever? Well, today the president had one of those for himself. He invited himself to the White House for a big stack of cheeseburgers, and if you've been wondering what the president's mood would be after his acquittal yesterday, it was this.
This is really not a news conference. It's not a speech. It's not anything. It's just we're sort of, it's a celebration because we have something that just worked out. I mean, it worked out. We went through hell unfairly, did nothing wrong, did nothing wrong. I've done things wrong in my life, I will admit. Not purposely, but I've done things wrong. But this is what the end result is. You can take that home, honey, maybe we'll frame.
Donald Trump is the only person who would celebrate almost being thrown out of the White House. He ranted and raved for more than an hour this afternoon, airing every grievance, grinding every axe. It was his Pettysburg address, and he took shots at those he considers to be his enemies. He even admitted, once again, that he fired FBI Director Jim Comey because Jim Comey was investigating him.
We've been going through this now for over 3 years. It was evil, it was corrupt, it was dirty cops, it was leakers and liars. It was a disgrace. Had I not fired James Comey, who was a disaster, by the way, it's possible I wouldn't even be standing here right now. We caught him in the act. Dirty cops.
Dirty cops. Wasn't that O.J.'s defense, dirty cops? Before his victory speech, Trump spoke at the National Prayer Breakfast, which was a tough decision because on the one hand, he doesn't like to pray, but on the other hand, he loves breakfast. So he used the prayer breakfast as an opportunity to lash out at those who oppose him, just as Jesus would have done. And his A-holiness was in top form with some not too subtle jabs at Mitt Romney and Nancy Pelosi, too.
I don't like people who use their faith as justification for doing what they know is wrong. Nor do I like people who say, I pray for you, when they know that that's not so.
Again, this is a prayer breakfast at which he's naming people he doesn't like. Nancy Pelosi was so upset, she ripped her pancakes in half. That's how... This is supposed to be a nonpartisan event. It goes back to 1953, and every president since Dwight Eisenhower has been to the prayer breakfast, including President Obama, to whom Trump loves to compare himself. So for comparison's sake, we did that too. And this is what it's like to be at a prayer breakfast with President Obama versus President Trump.
Let us pray to God that we may be worthy of the many blessings he has bestowed upon our nation.
They hired a big movie star, Arnold Schwarzenegger, to take my place. And we know how that turned out.
Sometimes we talk about respect, but we don't act with respect towards each other.
When they impeach you for nothing, then you're supposed to like them. It's not easy, folks.
I'm not alone in my success. I succeed because others succeed with me.
And sometimes they hate people, I'm sorry. I apologize. I'm trying to learn. It's not easy.
I believe that the starting point of faith is some doubt. Not being so full of yourself and so confident that you are right and that God speaks only to us.
And for those of you that are interested in stocks, it looks like the stock market will be way up again today.
That's right. All the way up to heaven. By the way, Senator Mitt Romney's now at the top of the president's hit list. Romney, as you know, was the only Republican who voted to convict Trump. This kind of tells you all you need to know about the president and his party. Within hours of Romney's vote, Trump tweeted a fully produced video attacking him, like presidents do. And not only did Trump go after Romney, he's back on the Hunter Biden horse. Today, he made what might be his most ridiculous statement yet.
They don't think it's corrupt when a son that made no money, that got thrown out of the military, that had no money at all, is working for $3 million up front, $83,000 a month. They think that's okay. Because if it is Ivanka in the audience? Is Ivanka here? Boy, my kids could make a fortune. They could make a fortune. It's corrupt.
Ivanka's like, could you leave me out of this? I haven't got shoes to sell when this is over. The idea that Donald Trump would criticize anyone for any kind of nepotism is... He put his son-in-law in charge of peace in the Middle East. His kids are the poster children for political privilege. This dopey Donald Jr., he is so desperate for daddy's love. This is what he posted to Instagram yesterday. Mom jeans, because you're a I mean... And if Mitt Romney really was that, your father would have grabbed him by now, by the way. And also, I want to say... While we're criticizing people's clothes, let's take a look at some of Don Jr.'s outfits. There's his big polo shirt here. He just came by from the North Face store, I guess. Looking sharp with the old man in that white collared shirt and big pants. And here we have the dumbest crayon in the box. And as for Trump's point about his kids compared to Hunter Biden, let's take a look at Donald Jr.'s resume. After college, DJ TJ was a bartender in Aspen for a year. From that, he graduated to supervising several Trump building projects in Manhattan. How'd he land that gig? Must have been one hell of a bartender. He helped launch Trump Mortgage, which folded in 18 months. Next, got a job sitting and nodding next to his father on The Apprentice. Then became a spokesman for Cambridge Who's Who, a company that has, to date, received hundreds of complaints from the Better Business Bureau. He was then put in charge of meetings like the one with the Russians to get dirt on Hillary Clinton that got his father in trouble. And finally, he wrote a book called Triggered, which made it #1 in the New York Times bestseller list because the Republican National Committee bought more than $100,000 worth of copies for week 1. And don't forget his special skills, PowerPoint, Excel, and shooting elephants. So this is a self-made man who does it all and more. And his dad is... The Trump boy was on Fox with Tucker Carlson last night and made it very clear that he's very mad at Mitt Romney.
It's sort of ironic when you look at even his political career. He's flip-flopped for political expediency on every major conservative issue that he says he believes in now that he's in Utah again. Just go look at the record, guys. It speaks for himself, whether it's his track record on life. The reality is this. He has come to Donald Trump for his endorsement, for money when he was running. He blew his chance bigly. Let it go, Tucker.
Well, that's... You know, Abe is always honest. Thanks for watching. And remember, every time you click the subscribe button, one of your enemies gets destroyed.